He shot the sheriff and asked a very important question: is this love?
Is this love? Is this love? Is this love? Is this love that I'm feeling?
Now the life of the music legend is on the big screen in a new film, Bob Marley, One Love, showing the man and activist behind the music. And one of his guiding lights was his wife, played in the movie by Lashana Lynch. She sat down with ABC's DeMarco Morgan to discuss stepping into Rita Marley's shoes and the impact Bob Marley's legacy had on her long before she accepted the role.
It's a hit.
Reggae is the people music.
Before we talk about your role, what do you know about Bob Marley? Did you grow up learning about him, listening to his music like we all did?
Yeah, I did. I think it's, it's kind of the staple of a Jamaican household. You must listen to Bob, just like you must read books. You must have Bob's music in your soul. So from the womb up, I was immersed in his vibration, because I think it's nice to listen to his music, but there's a vibration in his music that really sits with you. And his interviews, just hearing him talk on wisdom and life and passion and peace, which were his soul messages. And he was always there. It's like he's always been a part of the fabric of my household.
Who really know you? Who really care about you, Bob? You swim in pollution, you get polluted.
And now the role of Rita Marley. A strong woman.
Yes.
Who went through some things.
Yes.
Extramarital affairs on Bob's side, raising their kids and her kids. Did you get a chance to talk to her about this role?
I did. That was one thing I was determined to do. I went to see her on a couple of occasions. I couldn't approach this as any other role that I've ever approached. I couldn't come in as an actor. I had to remember I'm playing a real person, and she just happens to be a legend. And I'm,
And she's alive.
And she's alive, and she's here and like ready, to tell her stories, and welcomed me into her space. I put aside my artistry for a second and just remembered that this is a human being whose story deserves to be told. So I kind of approached it from a vessel perspective. Like, I'm just this human being who is now portraying another human being so the world can get to know their greatness.
And the one thing that I love about this film, the family is heavily involved.
Yeah.
Was Rita okay with the way that he portrayed her?
I think so. I think so. Yeah, look, we couldn't have done half the job we did, myself and Kingsley, who is the most committed artist I've ever worked with. Phenomenal in every way, and so committed. If we didn't have the help, support and guidance of the children. Ziggy and Sedella were there on set. You would think that it would maybe be too much information and like too much, I guess, switching and changing of maybe you shouldn't do this, mum wouldn't do that. But actually, it was imperative for us to have them there, and their input and their guidance, and just how supportive they were of our choices. Because me and Kingsley had an understanding between the two of us, it meant that we came to work every day and we knew what our mission was, which was to tell this mission of the Marley story. So, yeah, it was necessary. I don't think I would have been able to reach where I did in the shoot without their help.
One love, one heart, one destiny.
Well, all right.
What do you think will resonate with the audience and the viewers once this film hits theaters, when it comes to how Bob mixed his music with politics and how it almost cost him his life and Rita's?
The power that you really have to have inside yourself to be able to withstand both, to be able to strike the balance between someone who is using their artistry not as a political being per sense, but someone who knows that they can utilize that to bring change in the world. I think that he did that in a way that was very subtle at the beginning, but then when he knew what his words would do, his guitar was his weapon. He was able to go out there and really cause change and really, cause radical shakes in the world and have people think and question.
Reggae is the people music. People coming together.
Political figures come together when they don't want to, when they have their own agendas. I think he just knew his power.
You're an incredible actress.
Thank you.
The range is so wide. Was there a challenge for you in sort of finding that balance? I mean, this woman almost lost her life. She was shot in the head. She also had to smile at times when others were like, hey, wait a minute, you're still staying with this man after he's fathered so many children? Was there a challenge for you in sort of portraying this role to the fullest?
I really had to get into her mind early on to help understand why. There's always a big why as to why people
Women
make
stay.
Women stay. And I think that the difference here with Mrs. Marley is that she and Bob had this different spiritual understanding that I still don't even really understand, and I've played her.
You didn't think I had my own opportunities? Huh?
They were rooted in a friendship that meant that one of the scenes in the movie where she tells him about himself and is like, I've been here from the beginning and I'm the only one that can pull you up. And you're the one that's going to listen. And I'm going to dress you down in a way that is going to remind you of what you are at your core.
I give you everything you ask me for. Everything. You're so naive.
It's my responsibility to ensure that the world understands where she was coming from and that she had powerful and big decisions to make. And it meant that she reared these children who are now great geniuses, musical geniuses and minds across the world and evoking their own change. So it wasn't my responsibility to believe it or not, or to see her perspective as a human.
Or judge.
Or judge in any way. I had to let that go really early on and just allow her to speak freely in the movie.
Well, all right. Well, jamming.
My life is for people, that I can be beneficial to a people.
And I hope you like jamming too.
For Jamaican culture, just the impact that Bob Marley had on the entire world.
Yeah.
What does it say for home?
Oh, gosh. It says that exactly what you feel of Jamaica is what it is. Because there's a lot of judgment on Jamaica. There's a lot of misconceptions and a lot of stories told that have kind of just stayed around for 20, 30, 40 years. It dismantles a lot of those quote-unquote truths that people thought they knew. And now I think that they can approach the culture and the understanding of the culture in a different way.
No guns can stop this message. I want the world to change.
A final question for you. Why is this movie for everyone?
It's Bob Marley. It's undeniable. His message is truth, his vibration, his feeling that he gives through the production of his music, the messaging, the lyricism, his wisdom, his life story. Even him being gone too soon and him being able to achieve everything that he did in the 36 years that he was on the earth. It's just remarkable to me. It's a love story in many ways. I think it's a love of self story that everyone can relate to and everyone is going to relate to, I'm sure. Even if you don't enjoy the movie, you feel something at the end, and that's the important thing.
Everybody loves Bob. Our thanks to DeMarco for that. And you can see Lashana Lynch on the big screen. Bob Marley, One Love, in theaters now.
Hi everyone, George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.